A family thinks it's raising a regular cat, but oh no, my friends. Turns out to be a bobcat.
Oh boy, but this is definitely not your average cat rescue story here. This story started on June 11th when Jared Allen Yost, who works for a landscaping company in Minnesota, had just finished mowing a lawn and then, well, he heard an animal in distress. And take a look here. When he investigated, he found that he thought was a kitten hiding on the edge of a parking lot with birds chirping above it. With rain coming down, he brought the little animal home, and that animal wasn't too friendly at first, but he and his family gave her a blanket, some food and milk, and of course some TLC. They even took her to a vet the next day to have her checked out. But on that first night, a sound coming from that cat caught their attention. Take a listen. Oh my goodness, that is not your average domestic cat meow, as you know. So Jared began researching, and he had a hunch. He knew what he was dealing with. And it turns out the sound he heard was not from a cat, but from a bobcat. Needless to say, they immediately called officials at the Wild and Free Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in Garrison, Minnesota. The bobcat will stay there until she is old enough to be released back into the wild. And the Yosts are telling us that they still get updates about their so-called kitten.
Death would be the worst outcome.
What did you say?
Death would be the worst outcome.
What?
Death would be the worst outcome.
That don't sound like something that's meant for you to deal with, my friend. I'm so tired of arrogant morons thinking they should own animals like this that aren't domesticated. Leave the big cats in the wild, man. That's where they belong.
I don't do this because it's safe. I guess I get that rush of adrenaline just from being around them and working with them, and can't imagine doing anything else.
Pretty girl. Oh, you gonna...
So a lynx is not a bobcat, but they are in the same family. So I will include this. These two lynxes have a heated argument. A group of guys on scooters encounter some tigers and don't seem to be in as much of a hurry to get out of there as they should be.
Video of the mountain lion spotted in a Simi Valley community. It was seen again this morning after it attacked two dogs the night before. CBS 2's Tina Patel is live with the latest on the search. Tina.
This is in Simi Valley, California, where a mountain lion is patiently waiting by the door of this home to hopefully get a meal from one of the family dogs, with the dog itself being on the menu, of course. A schnauzer in the area had recently been killed by a mountain lion, although not sure if it was this one that did it. Anyway, the mountain lion turned out to be a bit emaciated and had a tracking collar on it that wasn't working. Officials came in and had it replaced and removed the dangerous cat.
You hold on there, kitty.
So somewhere in the woods of Colorado, this hiker noticed a mountain lion that was just there, and man, I don't know how he saw this big cat. Like, it blends in with the scenery there and would have been so easy to overlook, which is much of what these cats rely on to hunt. Luckily, the puma figured out that it had been outed and it went about its business peacefully.
You behave. Yeah, you back on out of here. Back on out of here.
Oh shit, there's a mountain lion. Fuck.
Hey, little kitty. All right, move on.
This dude is walking this path when he sees a big mountain lion right there. However quickly he saw this mountain lion, you can be sure the cat saw him long before he saw the cat. The mountain lion is probably a good 80 to 100 yards away, but is just standing there watching this man. I would have turned my black ass around and headed the other way.
New at 6 o'clock, imagine looking out your bedroom window and seeing not one, but two mountain lions. KPIX5's Devin Feely shows us the incredible close encounter in the Santa Cruz Mountains.
This happens in Santa Cruz where two full-grown mountain lions are playing outside, like right there, right in front of the window. Let me ask you a question. If someone paid you to walk outside right there and stand there for 5 seconds, and if you survive, you can walk right back inside. Like, how much money would it take? I don't think I would do it even for $100 million. Like, not kidding. A man drives around in a caged up Toyota Land Cruiser throwing chickens out to feed the tigers. Sir, I think you need a lot more food than that, sir. This is in India, where an angry wild tiger is not happy to see this elephant, nor the man riding on top.
Wow. My goodness.
This tiger was so well hidden, it would have been so easy to miss it. Here's an encounter between a croc and a jaguar. So the jaguar is down at the bank here lapping up some dirty H2O, and I think it would be naive for me to say that the jag didn't know a croc was in there. Like, of course it knew. I mean, the only question is, like, where is the croc in the water? Ever heard of a mountain lion scream? Yeah, me neither until now. This sounds like something out of a horror movie. These guys are on a scooter in India when several hundred pounds of striped feline terror comes for them. Check this out. would you do if you walked down the street and saw this? This is the definition of a real catwalk. This is what I think is at least a dozen lions, all males, walking down a paved road. And when I first saw this, I thought it was fake, but real it is indeed. Nothing to see, right? Wrong. Look, there is one animal that even a male lion will not mess with. Meet the hippo. Want to know how much respect these two apex predators have for each other? When was the last time you saw either one of these animals be this close to any other animal and not tear it to pieces? Yeah, that's what I thought. Here is something you have definitely never seen. So this turtle is called a terrapin, and it is attracted to the blood on the lions. And just check out how these little creatures come in with no fear or hesitation. The terrapin never even gives a second thought to the fact that it could easily be a snack for one of these lions. Talk about having some big cojones. It's crazy because it's like the lions don't know what in the heck to make of this thing and what the heck to do with the turtle. This is an insane video, y'all. This is in Eastern Oregon. So a guy is on a dirt bike and starts to really accelerate when, much to his chagrin, a huge mountain lion runs out in the road and amazingly didn't get hit. Want to know how amazing cats' reflexes are? You really see it when you slow it down, like how the puma is right there and then at the last minute is able to react. I mean, amazing stuff. This cat would have been a goner if it had gotten hit, and possibly this man too, for as fast as he was going. Insane. A black bear makes it known to a tiger that it is ready to defend itself if it needs to.
I'm hiking on the trail. There's a mountain lion right there. He's probably like 50 feet away from me. Staring right at me. I barely saw him. Oh shit. No! Hey! Back up!
Another day, another hiker, another mountain lion sighting. This one is very close to the hiker, and the hiker mentions he noticed the cat at the last minute. The mountain lion started to advance towards the man to come give him a big kiss. But dude wasn't having it. He got loud with the lion, which was probably a good idea, I think, because it was definitely enough to get the cat away from him. Like, I definitely feel this guy would have gotten attacked. A wild leopard visits a campsite to see if maybe it can find some leftovers. A huge male lion comes within maybe 2 or 3 steps of smacking up these nosy onlookers. A massive tiger is seen crossing the road. A biker observed some tigers, or more accurately, some tigers observed this biker. The biker gets the hint eventually and does the smart thing and leaves.
Eres la jadelonga. Eres la jadelonga. La jadelonga. La jadelonga. Ding, 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 ding. Hola, mami. Hola. Ding.
A man owns not only one dangerous wildcat, but 2, a jaguar and a tiger.
Hola, Nicolita. Hola. Hola, hola, hola. Hola, mami. No, sin cachetado. Hola. Besitos a ¡Danik! Vente, mami. Esa guapa.
This takes place by the river where a croc is there feeding on a deceased hippo. A lion arrives because, after all, that's a lot of meat. Can't let it go to waste. I don't think the lion initially understands the croc is there, but he almost finds out the hard way.
चल आगे ले ले तो अपने ले ले तो आगे अपने ले ले आगे ले ले बोले आगे ले ले तीनों दिखने से you can stand and take picture no problem.
We might get a mauling.
No way, no how am I getting this close to a wild tiger. I don't get how people keep testing this animal like they aren't going to tear your butt up. It doesn't make sense, does it? This is in India at the Ranthambore National Park, where folks, this tiger is live. Like it's right there in front of them. It's not behind a cage or nothing. Folks are too damn crazy.
Timber.
So there's a man out hiking with his dog when they encounter a mountain lion. The dog is smart because although it's definitely being very mouthy with the cougar, I'm sure something in the back of its mind tells the dog that this ain't a cat to mess with, bruh. And the dog would be absolutely correct.
Come. Timber, come.
So, does this husky and the German shepherd not know what they are messing with? The fearless dogs harass the puma for several minutes. Like, you can tell the mountain lion is kind of confused, yet still at the same time is very confident. It must know. Like, these dogs are no match for me. I'm the one with the speed and the power. So it's not really worth it to risk your dog's life like this. I mean, maybe that's just me. This is at Kanha National Park in India, where a tiger voices its displeasure with some humans in its way. This group of idiots are out in the wilderness, and I guess they had nothing else better to do than to mess with a lion. Almost didn't end well for them. The pissed off lion started to charge the group, and let's not forget that they are smart, right? The lion probably saw the guy with the rifle, and it sparked a flashback of some kind. Homie was like, screw that. These doggone bobcats, man. A lot of power and agility and attitude wrapped up in a small package. This particular bobcat came up to a home and thought it was encountering another angry bobcat. The issue is that merely the bobcat's own reflection is what it was raising a stink over. I thought this doggone thing was going to try to destroy this window, trying to make its point heard. Hilarious.
Video of the mountain lion spotted in a Simi Valley community. It was seen again this morning after it attacked two dogs the night before. CBS 2's Tina Patel is live with the latest on the search. Tina.
This is in Simi Valley, California, where a mountain lion is patiently waiting by the door of this home to hopefully get a meal from one of the family dogs, with the dog itself being on the menu, of course. A schnauzer in the area had recently been killed by a mountain lion, although not sure if it was this one that did it. Anyway, the mountain lion turned out to be a bit emaciated and had a tracking collar on it that wasn't working. Officials came in and had it replaced and removed the dangerous cat. I would imagine this has to be a once-in-a-lifetime shot, right? So like, not one, not two, not three, but 4 mountain lions on the porch of this Colorado home. Like, I don't think you understand how rare this is to get this type of footage on camera. Probably never happened. The cougars hang out for a while on the porch, and I think they eventually can instinctively feel that they're being watched, so they bounce. But how beautiful and frightening at the same damn time.
Oh my. Melanie.
Okay.
Come here, friend.
This cat probably doesn't understand what would have happened if this glass was not there. The cat would have been a snack and he wouldn't even know what hit him.
They're out back.
Tommy, are you kidding me?
Shh, you want to scare the cat off. They're still in bed. They're still in bed.
That is not funny. You about to give me a heart attack.
Smell it. Okay,
Here's an encounter with a very vocal lion who, if it were me, I would not be screwing with. But maybe that's just me. So look at this. The lion is behind a cage, and at some point we get to see the lion's insane athletic ability when it leaps into the air for some food.
Go. Go. Wow! Mommy, you have to get that.
Like, I didn't even know a male lion could jump like that. Incredible.
You.
This video recently went viral of a man walking a trail when he was confronted by a mountain lion who follows him for 6 minutes. Scientists hypothesized that the animal had young kittens close by and wasn't really trying to attack him, as these are animals who prefer to like hide and sneak up on you, right? Kind of attack you from behind, you know, and grab your neck. So they don't believe that this animal was trying to do that. This is more of just posturing and just saying, hey, I'm here. I love how this guy handled the situation, because you could tell he was kind of panicky, right? But he kind of held his ground, and I think that potentially, you know, saved this from being an escalated situation.
Of all the big cats, lions mean the most to me. It's a relationship you have to build over time.
This is Kevin Richardson, aka the Lion Whisperer, who's a South African dude who has dedicated much of his life to working with big cats, with his favorites being lions. Just check out how he interacts with these cats, man. It's just amazing. On another note, I know he has to be hot as hell running around in that suit. Like, what's up with that?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a mountain lion. Really? Yeah. Holy shit. I'm sorry, do I turn here? That is amazing.
This happened last year in Austin, Texas, which is one of my favorite cities in America. A police officer is on patrol when he spots a mountain lion, which is pretty crazy because not only is it in the middle of the day, it looks like, but it's in a residential neighborhood, like in a major city. He freaks out just like I would have done. So just imagine you are fishing, and what do you see in the water? Is it a shark? Nope. An aggressive barracuda? Nope. How about a hissing mountain lion? Like, in the water. Folks, you just can't make this stuff up. A lion is here to show you that it is not here for the foolishness.
Come on, kitty. Just leave him. Okay.
Come on, my boy.
Hey!
When Jovan Humphrey moved here,
wonderful area, full of surprises.
It was likely her last move.
It came through this entrance,
where the city meets country.
It's National Geographic in here sometimes.
This happens in Rowlett, which is a suburb in Dallas County, where a rare mountain lion was spotted. A mountain lion sighting is pretty strange in the Dallas area, so this is kind of a big deal. Crazily enough, this same puma was killed by a hunter not long after this video in Hunt County, which is maybe 20 or 30 miles away from where this happened at. So that kind of sucks because, I mean, after all, we exist in the mountain lion's world, not vice versa. Here's a video of a tiger leaping in a tree to get some food. Not really terrifying at a first glance, but for me, it's just the thought that such a large animal is so agile, meaning that there would be zero, and I mean absolutely zero chance that my black ass could get away from something like this if it came down to it. Insane. A bobcat has its foot caught in a trap and is very unhappy about it and wants it to be known.
We're going to let this one go. I'm going to go ahead and get her out of the trap. With some help from my assistant. Go on the other side of the camera. They have a tendency to hold the grudge. Go on. I'll throw the catch pole at her.
Y'all know how you watch YouTube videos and then when the video's over, if you're kind of not paying attention, YouTube will automatically just start playing a new video, and that's something that was related to what you just watched. Well, this happened to me, and I was watching some animal videos. I wasn't really paying attention and then dang near peed on myself.
It's personal.
This lion just looks like he's ready to tear someone up, bro.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting stuff. Don't do that. Hey. That's only a problem.
Here's another lion who is not happy to see this a-hole who decides to provoke it a bit. And look how aggressive it is. What would have happened had this guy accidentally slipped his fingers in there, even just for a second? This lion was ready to tear his butt up. Look, you know you are rich when you can have a huge tiger like this just walking around your home. The tiger's pretty thirsty on top of that, and this probably very rich guy, who I'm guessing is the owner, decides to be a little playful with the distracted apex predator.
I'm trying to steal the kill from this lion. It's incredible
size. This huge but likely young male lion is trying to enjoy its meal, but unfortunately it's not the only one that's hungry. Check out these hyenas, who are definitely formidable hunters in their own right. Hyenas have almost double the bite force of a lion. A lot of people don't understand how deadly they can be. There are a bunch of them, and they gang up on this lion, and the lion figures out that it has no shot as it tries to engage with these hyenas. There are just too many of them.
This was also the last time we saw this young male lion for fairly obvious reasons. And the hyenas just devoured that carcass from there on.
This video is also of lions, but a very different video. So, some campers are out presumably sleeping. Well, at least they were, I'm sure, until some lions came to crash the party. This guy yelling thought he would scare off the lions, but it's like, come on, bruh, it's a damn lion. The question has to be, why in the world would you camp in an area that has lions? Do y'all have a death wish or something? I mean, I don't get it. Ever heard of a mountain lion scream? Yeah, me neither until now. This sounds like something out of a horror movie. Check out this mountain lion. So mountain lions, although they are pretty common amongst us, they are very elusive and people usually don't spot them. Not in this case. The puma seems to be just stalking them in some kind of way. They barely notice it at first, and thank goodness they did, because who knows what could have happened.
Whistle?
How about the air thing?
Yeah, you got it? But don't, be careful. Just whistle if it comes at us.
I would imagine this has to be a once in a lifetime shot, right? So like, not one, not two, not three, but 4 mountain lions on the porch of this Colorado home. Like, I don't think you understand how rare this is to get this type of footage on camera. Probably never happened. The cougars hang out for a while on the porch, and I think they eventually can instinctively feel that they're being watched, so they bounce. But how beautiful and frightening at the same damn time. A Sumatran tiger manages to get about 6 meters up this tree in just the blink of an eye.
My goodness, look at that guy. This is one. My goodness. My goodness.
We all know a wildebeest is a bad mofo, and they can hold their own much more than most prey of crocs and big cats. Not an animal you want to mess with unless you're ready for a few bumps and bruises. This wildebeest is trying its hardest to flee these lions, and looks like it's definitely going to be dinner soon. Then something crazy happens. Check out this wildebeest do its best Ezekiel Elliott impression and leaps over one of the lions, actually kicking her right in the face. Crazy stuff. This takes place in Montana when this photographer gets excellent footage of an adult cougar. The big beautiful cat evidently sees the photographer and starts to move more cautiously, but neither attacks nor runs away. I can just imagine this cat saying, "Screw this," and then charging the man. Thankfully, that's just my imagination in this case.
Timber.
So there's a man out hiking with his dog when they encounter a mountain lion. The dog is smart because although it's definitely being very mouthy with the cougar, I'm sure something in the back of its mind tells the dog that this ain't a cat to mess with, bruh. And the dog would be absolutely correct.
Come. Timber, come. Ah!
Hi, buddy. Oh, hi.
Here's a video of a bobcat from Tucson, Arizona in someone's backyard.
You're good, buddy. Oh, hi. Hi.
A rabid bobcat who was not very happy to see this officer, and he gives the man some teeth and claws to let him know.
No, somebody's gonna help him. The other guy.
Get out of there! Go!
In the bedroom. No, do not open that door. Oh God!
So close. So close. So close.
Yes!
A bobcat sees some human intruders, but doesn't make too much of a fuss. It even marks its territory just in case. A bobcat walks across a fallen tree and gets a surprise of a lifetime when a croc makes a bit of a splash. Watch it towards the end. Two thirsty bobcats come into a backyard and find an endless supply of drinking water.
But they need water. I don't want to scare them.
I kind of think we should scare them because I don't think it's good for them to drink that.
Oh, videotape you. Should I stop?
Did you get it?
Frisco is an affluent suburb in Dallas, which is where I live. Frisco have had lots of coyote sightings and recently have been seeing more and more bobcats.
Well, people living there have asked us, what is the city doing to keep wildlife in check?
Yeah, we sent David Goins to find out after someone actually spotted a bobcat.
It isn't a long video, but you still get a good look at a bobcat jumping a fence and strolling through a Frisco subdivision Tuesday morning. It's a video neighbors in the canals at Grand Park Development are already well aware of.
It's supposedly a female bobcat that goes up and down the alleyway.
Carl Shazar is paying attention because he just started a pet sitting business.
I will be walking lots of pets and watching out for unwelcome wildlife.
Unwelcome on a walk, perhaps, but urban wildlife are certainly part of life in North Texas, and particularly in Frisco of late, where coyote sightings are commonplace. We've seen several examples. A coyote leap a 7-foot fence with ease, and on at least 2 occasions, one last fall and another last month, coyotes have attacked joggers. And in another encounter, a family pet was bit twice.
Make lots of noise, yell, scream. Try to stay out in open spaces. That's about the best I can do.
This looks like a pretty young bobcat, but so what? It could still tear your butt up. A bobcat that has been trapped in a cage wants out, right now. Nah, Mr. Bobcat. You are going to have to calm down a bit first. I ain't ready to be turned into mincemeat. So when you think of a cougar battling a grizzly bear, your mind probably goes to the grizzly kicking the cat's butt. I mean, that's what I thought before watching this video. The cougar had a confrontation when a huge grizzly bear gets too close to the cat's cubs. As you imagine, Mama didn't like that at all. The grizzly gets his ass kicked, and I think it's safe to say the grizzly got the message and was chased away, obviously, by the mountain lion.
There's just a lynx hanging uptown, chilling out on the case. What's up, buddy? Come here. What are you doing? Come here.
This takes place in Ontario, Canada, where the lynx, which in my opinion is the most beautiful of all the wild cats, is chilling at a post office of all places. They are smaller cats, but they have these humongous feet. And look, I don't think I would get this close to one of these like this lady did. Animals like this can be admired, and people should just leave them the hell alone.
What are you doing? Where are you going? Kitty, 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 kitty.
So this actually happened very, very recently, like in the last week or so of me making this video. This happened in North Carolina, where a couple was walking out to get in the car when a very rabid, angry bobcat was determined to make life miserable. Look how the hubby held the bobcat up like Simba before kicking his butt. I mean, talk about terrifying. This is Striker the cat, who has become pretty internet famous. Now I've been researching this and I can't figure out if this is a serval or a Savannah cat. If you know the answers to that, let me know in the comments. But anyway, Striker doesn't like anyone coming near his chicken, like at all. Check it out. Here is something you have definitely never seen. So this turtle is called a terrapin, and it is attracted to the blood on the lions. And just check out how these little creatures come in with no fear or hesitation. The terrapin never even gives a second thought to the fact that it could easily be a snack for one of these lions. Talk about having some big cojones. It's crazy because it's like the lions don't know what in the heck to make of this thing and what the heck to do with the turtle. You know, I've seen many videos with the Canadian lynx. What a beautiful cat. But man, I didn't realize how big they were. And I am surely blown away at the size of their paws. This one is very happy of getting these rubs and this affection. But can you imagine making this lynx upset? It will get ugly very fast. Look, I don't think rubbing a tiger's belly is something I would be doing, but hey, you only live once.
I'm trying to steal the kill from this lion. It's incredible sounds.
This huge but likely young male lion is trying to enjoy its meal, but unfortunately it's not the only one that's hungry. Check out these hyenas, who are definitely formidable hunters in their own right. Hyenas have almost double the bite force of a lion. A lot of people don't understand how deadly they can be. There are a bunch of them, and they gang up on this lion, and the lion figures out that it has no shot as it tries to engage with these hyenas. There are just too many of them.
This was also the last time we saw this young male lion for fairly obvious reasons. And the hyenas just devoured that carcass from there on.
I got a decent bobcat in a trap, but unfortunately, though two of my kids have tags, they're not with me today. So we're gonna get the bobcat out of the trap and we'll try to fill those tags at a later date.
I think we all know that despite bobcats being smaller wild cats, these things ain't nothing to mess with. These things will tear your butt to pieces. So this guy is trying to free a very feisty bobcat from a trap. Nothing to see here, right? Well, here's the thing. So he eventually frees the bobcat from the trap, albeit while getting scratched in the process. The bobcat is not aware that it's totally free and sits there until this guy throws a stick at it. Boy, oh boy, what did he do that for? Because it turns out that this bobcat actually chases the man into his Jeep.
They get like this sometimes.
A huge tiger patrols the scene, but luckily for these tourists, the animal doesn't seem too agitated. At least not yet.
अरे रुकना भाई अभी इतना क्या अरे रुक जा भाई अभी लो भाई थोड़ा आगे ले लो थोड़ा आगे ले लो आगे ले लो भाई थोड़ा आगे ले अरे आगे लेना भाई अभी आगे ले Come on bro.
I got him. See, I got him. He's tired.
These fools are gonna learn not to test the strength of wild animals. So the latest Einstein is this big buff brother from Nigeria who decides to play tug of war with a liger. For those of you that don't know, a liger is a specific mix between a male lion and a female tiger, which makes the resulting cat larger than both lions and tigers. The order is important because if instead you mix a female lion and a male tiger, it makes a tigon, which usually is smaller than your average tiger or lion. So this liger ain't no joke. And look how effortlessly it's just sitting there and able to pull the man without breaking a sweat. Yet this ginormous African dude is just a huffing and a puffing. Man, I would hate to tick this liger off. There are no shortage of videos online of lions attacking and killing warthogs. In this first clip, a mother warthog protects herself and her piglets from wild dogs. For those of you that don't know, they are not called wild dogs as like an informal term. No, these are literally called wild dogs. Like that's the breed's name. And they are some of the best hunters in Africa. The video flashes back to when this specific warthog was a young piglet herself and wandered into a group of lions and somehow made it out alive. This is unbelievable. Trying to attack a porcupine, does that sound like a good idea to you? Yeah, me neither. This leopard finds out the hard way, and eventually this leopard wins and gets a meal, but not without some serious wounds being inflicted first. So you can see the quills like from the porcupine stuck in the big cat, and man oh man, I could just imagine the pain. Hell to the gnaw, bruh. This lion epitomized what it means to be pissed off.
Hi, big lion guy.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Whoa.
Hey. Hi.
Lion.
Oh! Watch out, Maddie!
Back up.
Come on.
Lions and zebra have had such a long history of friend or foe or prey versus predator, and it's damn near as cliche as cat and mouse. Well, maybe not to that degree, but you get what I'm saying. Of course, the lion is on the winning end like 99% of the time, right? But never forget, folks, zebra are very powerful animals in their own right. That's very evident here, where the zebra very nearly drowns the lion.
The wounds inflicted on the young stallion are superficial. He should survive. The lioness, on the other hand, has been dealt a more serious blow. Her pride has been wounded.
Yeah.
A tiger gets impatient with some men in a Jeep who insist on being a bit too nosy for the tiger's liking. The Siberian tiger is the largest cat on Earth. This gives you an idea of just how big they are. They are endangered with only about 500 of them in the world total. This particular Siberian tiger is spotted in northeast China while a woman is driving at night.
Lekker waan, dat het lekker waan gevangen.
Lekker waan gevangen?
Ja.
Nee, met mij. Dit is ver nou.
Check this out. So a young lion appears to pick up a lizard for a very easy snack. Normal enough, right? This lion wasn't planning for what would happen next. A water buffalo comes in to actually save the poor little lizard and actually catapults the damn lion into the air. Folks, you can't make this stuff up.
Ja. Oh, daar skraap hy die leeuw. Daar gooi hy die leeuw.
So that buffalo was not here for it at all. I think that lizard owes this buffalo at least a beer.
A frighteningly close encounter in northwestern Alberta. A man out for an evening jog found himself face to face with two cougars on a remote trail about 100 kilometers southeast of Grand Prairie. And he got it on video. Amanda Anderson has the story.
Okay, so just saw two cougars up here.
Folks, you can't make this stuff up. So this jogger was running by and actually spotted 2 mountain lions. He just kind of admired them and kept going about his business, but then he heard something running up on him from behind. Luckily, he had his bear spray, and this stopped a potential attack.
Hey! Hey! Get out of here!
It went from like being ecstatic to seeing them to being like really scared.
Just saw 2 cougars up here.
Dr. Mark Boyce, an ecology professor at the U of A, says this kind of run-in is rare.
It's surprising in view of the fact that we've got thousands of cougars, and the number of human contacts with cougars is very, very few.
According to this expert, runners are at a higher risk.
Just because they're running, and if the cougar sees one run by, it will sometimes chase after.
My guess is that the prey drive was triggered when, the cat saw the man running by. Luckily, he must have not been listening to music like I would have, because my black ass would have been dead. But that probably saved his life. A bobcat goes full loco on a man in his garage.
And we continue now with a terrifying attack by a bobcat on a Massachusetts man and his nephew, the wild animal hissing, then pouncing on them in the family garage. ABC's Alex Marquardt is here with the details. Alex, you're usually overseas. So nice to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Lara. This is one of those 1 in a million animal attacks. A family confronted by a bobcat in their rural Massachusetts home and barely escaping a deadly mauling. And this morning, they're waiting to find out if the animal that attacked them had rabies.
It all started in here.
Roger Mundell still can't believe it.
He bit me like this, and these are all fangs.
He was heading into the garage on Sunday when he says out of nowhere, a wild bobcat pounced.
And he gave me a hug, and he clawed me like right here and here.
He struggled violently to get it off before sprinting away. Then the animal caught sight of his nephew, Mike.
All of a sudden he's looking at me, he's just giving me the death stare, and you could tell he's meaning business.
As the bobcat mauled Mike, his uncle pulled it off and wrestled it to the ground.
I was screaming. I was screaming, yeah. I'm still hoarse.
It was squirming around so much, I was afraid if it ever got loose, it would still attack us and stuff. So Cindy ran in the house and grabbed the handgun that we keep close.
Even though he was bleeding all over, he shot the cat twice, killing it.
These 2 puncture wounds here from his fangs are fairly deep, I guess. So this is what hurts the most right now, is my right arm.
Thanks for watching. I'm Curtis. See you next time.
Dwell in the sand like a fish on land. Like a fish on land.